Hi and welcome to another fly tying tutorial. Today we're gonna tie the pink lady. The pink lady is a CDC shrimp. Here you can see a pink and white fly. You can also tie it in different colors. I have one in a light blue dun color, and I think it works great in the fall. It works great for sea trout, and you can tie it in this color. Here I have tied it in a sand color, in a size 6. So let's start. Start off by putting in a hook in the vise. Here I'm using a Tiemco hook 811S in a size 4. You can also tie these in size 6, it works great. So start off by tying your thread and advance the thread to the hook point and break off the waist. Advance your thread to the point between the hook point and the barb. And then select 2 CDC feathers. Here I'm using some jumbo feathers, 1 pink and 1 white. Place the pink one on the white one, and I'm gonna tie them in by the tip. Take a few turns, and you want to advance your thread all the way down to the barb and a couple of millimeters down on the hook bend. And go back up again. Snip off the excess, and you're gonna hackle the CDC feathers. So important here is to comb the fibers backwards for every turn you take. Perhaps you want to use 3 or 4 turns. I like for this pink and white one, I like to use 4 or 5 turns, depending on the quality of the CDC feathers. Pinch your feather with your finger and fasten the CDC feather. A couple of nice turns. Then I snip off the excess, and I'm making sure all the CDC feathers are aligned, because now we're going to advance our thread back again to the barb. So advance your thread back about there, you see, and then go forwards again to the hook point. And we're gonna tie in some opossum. Here I'm using American opossum. Snip out a small bunch. You don't want to overdo it. Pull out the fluffy part. And I'm gonna tie them in just behind the black part of the opossum. Just about there. Tie them in, make sure they are on the top of the fly. Stop there and go back again to the hook point. Snip off the excess. Now we're gonna make the dubbing ball, and I'm aligning the thread by the hook point, and I'm using Diamond Bright UV Pearl. Make a nice dubbing noodle on your thread, and here I'm dubbing first to the left and then to the right to make sure the dubbing ball is nice and firm. And I'm turning. You can see I'm turning to the left, and for every turn I'm tightening up the dubbing noodle. And now your thread should be at the hook point. Yeah, right there. Then we want to select 2 CDC feathers. One pink and one white one. And I'm going to use the magic tool to snip off half of the fibers. Here I'm just using a paper clip. Like that. Snip off one side and leave that because you're going to use that for the front. And then you're left with 2 feathers, half feathers. And you're going to tie them in by the tip. Snip off the excess and you want to hackle in the 2 feathers just by the hook point. It doesn't matter if the pink one comes first or the white ones come first, that doesn't matter. Just pull the fibers back, lock it with your thumb and tie off the excess. Like that, snip it off. And then you want to advance your thread a little bit back again. And advance your thread forwards again, and we're gonna tie in some eyes. And you want to tie in, make sure it doesn't go behind the hook bend. And tie them in at the side, like that. Make sure to stop your thread before by the hook point. Yeah. There you go. Go back again, and we're gonna tie in an eye on the other side. Like that. Make sure the eye is on the side. And snip off the excess. Once you're happy with the position of the shrimp eyes, you can apply some super glue. This is for making the fly last a little bit longer. And if you don't have super glue, you can always use some varnish, but super glue works great for this. Yeah. So just apply some super glue around the shrimp eyes. So take a couple of turns of thread over the super glue. Like that. And then we're going to dub. Make sure the thread stops a couple of millimeters from the hook eye, because there we're going to tie in the rest of the CDC feathers that you got in your paper clip. Yeah. Then dub the rest of the body. Here I'm also dubbing to the left. I like to do that, and I'm pulling the dubbing for each turn. You see, and I'm gonna dub to the left. That makes the dubbing noodle a little bit firmer, like that. And if the dubbing noodle gets too thick, I'm just pulling it, as you can see. This makes for a great fly body, and it would last a lot longer. Like that. And pull it. And finish off the body. Making sure you don't go all the way to the hook eye. Then we're gonna tie in the rest of our CDC feathers. And for this, I'm just gonna split the thread. And open it up and make sure it's all the way up. Like that, and I'm gonna put in your CDC feathers. And you're going to spin up the CDC feathers, like that. And then you're ready to finish your fly. Pulling the fibers back. and make a nice head. And there's the pink lady. I think it's a quite easy fly to tie, and for me this is a nice CDC fly. It kind of doesn't look like a shrimp, but you know, for a CDC fly this is a quite easy fly to tie, and you can finish it off by rubbing it a little bit and, you know, brush it a little bit to get out some of the UV dubbing and snip off any fibers going forwards, and you just want to finish off by varnishing it. And there we go, that's the pink lady. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.